Great. Welcome, Pastor Steve.
Yeah, welcome. Good to see you.
Wow, same
Looking
here.
good.
You're looking great too.
I don't know that we are coming out from August. That's why.
The year has ended.
The year has ended. The year has ended. New beginnings.
New beginnings, new grounds.
No wonder we are starting a new series.
That's right.
New grounds.
New grounds.
New grounds.
New grounds.
Yeah.
And this is one of the amazing series we've done this year.
Yeah.
I just love it because of where it's positioned, because it can prepare everyone to reach out for higher grounds.
And I think really that's the thing in life. We all want to see growth, want to see advancement, but more so that's really very much what God also calls us for.
That's right.
I think this whole thing about new grounds really aligns with God's purpose and desire for us. That for us as people, we step into new grounds, new territories.
That's right.
Really, that's how the kingdom advances, by we taking new grounds for God or in whichever area in our life that God calls us to. So the heart of this series really much is a call, it's a client call for everyone to make advancement into new seasons, into new territories, into new areas, and that kind of increases the frontier of our growth and our advancement in our walk with God.
So good.
But really generally in any area of our life. It comes from the thought that our destiny itself is broken into phases. And we move from one phase to the other. And as we move from one phase to the other, over time, it culminates in fulfilling God's purpose for us. So really trying to draw a parallel with the story in the book of Joshua of how the Israelites, after years in the wilderness, crossing the Jordan, and now for the first time they step into new grounds. And it was so instructive, the things the Lord spoke to them as they entered into new grounds. And how does that itself speak into our life today, in our time, in terms of God calling us into new grounds, and what can we learn for that? So for some of us, maybe stepping into new seasons, stepping into new chapters in our life, stepping into new assignments you've never done before. It could be moving from, more practically, maybe you are stepping into a new area of your job, new area of ministry. Maybe you are stepping into from singlehood to married life. It's a new chapter, it's a new season. You are beginning a new business, you are beginning a new course or study. Whichever be the case, there's always this thing about life where you know that you are breaking into something new.
Great.
And what does that call for when you are entering into such a time in your life?
So good, so good. I love that. So basically, new grounds is about transitions, right? From one point of your life or your work.
Yeah. Within new grounds, you transition. So you transition from one ground to another ground. So transitions really are kind of those middle grounds that traverses the old ground into a new ground, and they kind of prepare you for the new ground. And what you do in transitions are important because they go a long way to determine how you make advancement in the new ground.
I love that.
Unfortunately, many people don't know when they are in transition. So it's good to really look at being able to discern seasons of transitions are critical, because it enables people to prepare into stepping into new grounds. Because one of the dangers that can happen in life is to be in a season but you are not aware of it. So you miss opportunities, you miss moments, and you are not able to know the steps to take. One of the things that helped Israel, the Bible talk about the sons of Issachar. They knew the times and the seasons and what Israel ought to do. So in life, knowing and being able to discern times and seasons is critical. And it helps you to align with the purposes of God for your life. So discerning transitions, I really think it's not just a spiritual strength, but I think it's a vital life skill. A life skill you need to develop.
In order not to miss those opportune moments. It would be good to pause at this point for in our various eGroups to reflect on what does a new ground look like
for you personally. Yeah. What new grounds are you stepping in?
That's right.
And to chat on those things. Yeah.
That's right. Great. But I'm sure a lot of people might be wondering. It'll be good to at this point reflect on what would be the signs of transition.
Yeah. So welcome back. You just eavesdropping on our conversation about what new seasons are like for some of us. But I think Pastor Vic was asking something very important, like signs that you are in transition. And quite recently in church, we talked about a number of things. And I think one of the fundamental signs in transition is that there is a stirring of new desires, new desires. And I call it in a way holy discontent. When you are entering into a new ground, one of the things that's usually common is that some of the things that used to really stir your passion, your desire in the previous season, excite you, that's a word. And all of a sudden, they seem to lose their appeal. It's not like you don't like them anymore, but there's something that has shifted. And there's this stirring of a new hunger, a new sense of there's something more. And I think it's some of those inner signaling systems that God uses in us by creating a hunger for something new. And I think sometimes the hunger for something new usually makes or helps us lose our grip on the hold. So watch out for what are the new desires the Lord is stirring up in you, in your heart, because they could be key indicators. Because sometimes it could also look frustrating, because holy discontent can look frustrating. You feel like I feel there's something more, and this cannot be it. I can't settle for less. And so it's not like you just craving for, something out of the norm, but it's also not selfishness. It's just a holy desire to see something more than you already know. But the other thing about new season is that usually there is change in circumstances and change in relationship. Usually during new season, people will leave you. You meet new people. So sometimes the challenge is that people find it difficult to let go of past relationships. People come into our life for seasons and for reasons. And I love that. Sometimes the seasons may change and people will move on. And you must still realize that it's part of those signs that relationship change. Sometimes circumstances, a place where you were very well accepted, all of a sudden you found hostilities that used to be there, that used not to be there. Doors start closing the way. One of the ways by which God leads us, He shuts doors and He opens doors.
I love
so that He can get you to where He wants you to get to. So sometimes in transitions, you see some of these changing circumstances. You also see some of these changes in relationship. You should know them and read the signs on the walls and position yourself for changes that comes. Another thing that is helpful in new seasons or transitions rather is an increased level of resistance and opposition.
That's right.
Sometimes when you're breaking forth into something new, there seems to be a bit of a war. And just like the Israelites, confronting the walls of Jericho, crossing Jordan itself was a significant opposition. And so sometimes this may be spiritual, sometimes this may be physical, and it's as if sometimes people like everything is a bit against you, because that's one of the things. Sometimes we will not by ourselves move out of certain seasons if certain things don't push us out.
That's true.
So it's as if certain things are activated and they kind of create a holy pressure to take you out. Because think of Joseph. If Joseph was comfortable in Potiphar's house, he would never have gone to the prison.
That's true.
And Joseph had been comfortable in the prison. He would never have been to the palace. But the fact that Joseph had to leave his father's house, from pit to Potiphar's house, from Potiphar's house to prison. And all of them seem as if some circumstance, some opposition, some resistance came against him, but they pushed him closer to destiny. And sometimes within transitions, you kind of feel some of these oppositions coming along. And sometimes if this season you also feel like, I need to step up in prayer, there's a heightened desire for prayer and really seeking God. It's also, and one last one is the fact that you have all this opposition, you have these circumstances changing, relationships changing, a growing hunger, a growing desire for more of God. But there's this peace that comes with transitions, unexplainable peace. Like what the songwriter said, I have joy in chaos. So there's joy in chaos. There's peace that makes no sense. So there's an inner settlement.
That's right. I love that.
And that is usually common with transition. So that although I'm having so many things going on around me, there's this inner sense of peace, inner sense of joy, inner sense of confidence. When you can hold those things in your heart, I tell you, you should know that you're in transitions, and you should know what do I do with transitions, and why are transitions necessary.
Come on. I love that. I love that. I really love all the things, because these are like pointers that can help everyone to really discern that.
Exactly. Because some of us, maybe you'll be listening to us now, maybe good to discuss which some of these signs that you've seen, which of these signs have been, can you relate to? And quite recently, which of them is speaking into your reality? It's good to share with your group and learn from each other. How are you picking some of these signals, and how does it look like for you in your own journey?